Okay, in this video we'll be showing you how to replace your scanner belt, which is this belt that you see here. It's common for the scanner belts to break on these Konica Minoltas when they're shipped without the scanner locked. So we see a lot of them. They comes to us also broken as well. So we're going to go ahead and show you step by step on how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to lift up the document feeder and you're going to see three little decorative covers. Underneath these covers are the screws. Now they're just decorative covers. You could either use, some of our techs just use their nail. They push the center and with their other hand they just put their nail there and lift it up. Or you can use a small flathead screwdriver. I don't know if you can see this. This is actually a flathead, but this is a real small one. You could also use a razor blade. If you damage it, it's not a big deal. They're just little tiny plastic decorative cover, and inside of it is your screw. A lot of the customers just take them off and they don't even put it back. It's not a big deal. So once you get those plastic covers off, as you can see we're doing right now, we're just popping it out. You can set it aside here. They have those sticky on the side, and we're going to remove the top cover. So you're going to remove all three screws just like that. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to lower the document feeder, and we are going to remove this tray, and it's real easy to do. You'll see you push down a clip here, you push down here, and it comes out. Yours might be a little, some are a little harder to do, but all you have to remember is you have to push this down and push this down, and it'll come out. You won't break anything. After that, we're going to remove a screw right there, as you can see there. And there's another screw right there. You're going to remove that. And one more, which let me try to make my way over here so you can see that. You're going to see the third screw right there. Just like that. So once we have that, let me move back over here. We're going to lift that cover up. Just like that. You can set it aside just like that. And we're going to take this screw out. This holds that cable. And then you could also remove this. It's kind of like a magnetic or anti-magnetic round piece that goes on the cable. You can remove that. Now we're going to pinch. We're going to remove this. So you just carefully grab the whole cable and just lift up until it pops out. It's that simple. Okay. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to remove this whole document feeder. We're going to take it off. It's real easy to do. What you need to do is there's a little plastic piece there on the cable here, as you can see. You can just pop that thing right out, set that aside. That's the plastic cover that holds the screw. So we're going to lift up until it locks, and then if you see that lid, let me see if a better angle. Right here, you're going to see a clip. You push that in on both sides, kind of like a lock. Once you push it in, the whole document feeder lifts up, and you can just set the document feeder. Oh, you have to push that cable through, just like that. And just put the document feeder anywhere on the ground. Just like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these three screws and these three screws that you see there. Okay, so here we go. We're going to remove those three screws. Okay, just like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this cover just with a flathead screwdriver. We're going to pop it out. And there's another screw there that's holding that. Actually, I'm sorry, you're going to remove that screw right there. Okay. Once you have that, you just lift the cover up. It's that simple. Okay, so once you're in this position, you're going to gently slide the scanner unit up to around midway. Keep in mind that you got 2 cables connected. You don't have to take those cables out. You leave those alone. So the reason we're going to go halfway is because we're going to have you lift the scanner gently, just like this. So that you don't pull too hard. And we'll show you that in just a second. So as you can see, our belt's also broken on this. So in one end, you got your spring. And on this end, you don't have a spring. And let me show you how the new belt looks. Here is the new belt. You got your spring here. And you got your other end, which is right there. Okay. So this end is going to go here. And you'll see it on your machine when you take it out. And the spring is there. Now, it's important that the gears on the belt, let me go ahead and turn the gears on the belt are going to be pointing that way, and we'll go more into detail when we're putting ours in, and you'll see. So we're going to go ahead and first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that, I don't know which side broke, but usually it's either one or the other, but you're going to take that spring, that screw out that we just did there, and pop that spring out, just like that. We're going to come and we're just going to remove this screw here and just slightly remove this. Don't remove the screw, but just loosen that screw so we can move that holding plate. And this bar right here, we're just going to gently set it to the side just so that our screwdriver will fit into the other. You can hold it just like that, so your Phillips screwdriver would, you got access to that screw. Okay, so we're going to pop that out. Okay, you can set that aside. We're going to grab the new belt. We're going to start with this end here. Remember that the teeth are going to be pointing that way towards the display panel. So I'm going to go ahead and hold that. Put that screw in there. Don't have to tighten it too hard, just as long as it stops. Put that bar back in there, and you can tighten that screw back up, that little holder plate. We're using an electrical screwdriver, but you don't have to use that. You could use any regular Phillips screwdriver. Okay, so now that we got this part, we're going to lift up the scanner. Now keep in mind, we have the threads pointing that way. So when we have to wrap it around this 3 little pulley. This is a gear and a pulley here. I guess you want to call it pulley. So just remember, the gears are pointing that way, and then we are going to gently turn it so that the flat part is on the bottom of this. So now as you're making that turn, you see your teeth are going to be on the top part. So you're going to proceed. And where now the teeth are going to be on the actual gear here. So you're going to be starting, we're going to start with the teeth, and it's going to go flat. So we're going to turn it inward like that. So now the flat part is hitting here, and the teeth are on top. And then the teeth, the teeth are coming on top here. It's now grabbing this one, which has gear teeth on it. And now the flat part's going to be on the top. Then you're going to go ahead and twist it again, or you could lay this down. And you're now like that, so you're back again with the teeth pointing this way. You pop that spring in there and you put your screw back. As you can see here, I'm going to try to get close here, your teeth are still in that angle. You see? It's really not that difficult. So you'll know that you have it right when you're sliding it back and forth, and you can hear those gears. It turns with no problem. So you put your screw back on, just like that, and you can slide your scanner back over. So as you can see, here we go. The teeth are all pointing towards the display panel. And you can move it back, and as you can see, the teeth are still pointing that way, just like that. Okay. So now we're going to reverse the process. We're going to put the glass back on. If you want, you can clean the glass. We usually clean it before we ship them out, but if you have any fingerprints on it, this is your time to clean the bottom of the glass. So put your cable through that and just align that cover just like that. Next thing, we're going to put that screw back in there. We're going to pop that cover back in there. Just snap it in there. And we're going to put our 3 screws back. Remember, we have 2 metal screws and a plastic screw. Same thing here. You got 2 metal screws and a plastic screw. So we're going to start with a metal screw. And we're going to put it in that slot. Grab the other metal screw and put it in that thinner rectangular. Now the plastic's going to go in your bigger square box just like that. Same thing here. Metal screws there. The other metal screw there. And there's your 3rd plastic screw. Okay, so we're going to come back around and put those the 3 plastic screws in here. And just like that. You can go ahead, if you want, put your little decorative covers back in there. If you dent them or you scratch them, it's not a big deal. Again, it's just a decorative cover. Okay, so now we're going to grab the document feeder. And you're going to, don't pop it in all the way because we need to put this screw in there. This cable. You're going to slide it underneath so that it comes out just like that. Once you got it through, you're going to go ahead and just drop the document feeder, and it'll go ahead and clip on its own. We're going to get that black little plastic screw holder that's actually holding the cable. You can go ahead and put your magnetic in there for anti-static, I believe it's what it's used for. I'm not quite sure. And then you're going to go ahead and pop that back into the board just like that. So you can pull a little. If it doesn't come out, then you know you got it in there seated properly. I'm going to put the screw that holds the cable down in place. I'm going to go ahead and pop that plastic back into place, starting with this end. Once you got it in there, you're going to put your 3 screws back. And they're plastic screws. I'm going to put the other one back in here. And then the 3rd one right there. You may want to get a kind of like a long screwdriver so you have easy access to it. It's a little dark here. So. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to pop the ADF tray back into place, just like that. Pop it in there. You also have to pop the bottom section of it as well. There's a bottom, right in the bottom there. You'll see another clip there. And that's it. So you're pretty much done. And go ahead and fire the machine. Everything should be ready. Make sure that that lock is... This lever here is in the unlock position. You only want to lock it when you ship it. If you have any questions, go ahead and give us a call. Thank you for watching.